Haven't sat in this chair in a while. So, it's good to see you. Before I get on with that Haikyuu, first I should probably get the fucking third volume. That would be a good idea. The hell? Alright, third volume looks sick. Like bullets. Whee! Man, Haikyuu looks as good as always. I'm just looking at the pages. This shit look good. I got the third volume with me. Oh, heads up. The reason I was gone for so long, I don't remember when episode 2 came out because the thing was still loading for some reason. I just don't remember. I was sick. Sick. I had some kind of virus, antivirus, some kind of shit. So I was really just reading manga. I finished all of Your Lie in April. I'll probably not do a video on that just because A, I have no clue what to say about it. B, like, it's too good. It's too good. Like, I was pushing my length with 3 videos on Haikyuu. Okay. Your Lie in April, I think, in my personal opinion, is my 3rd favorite series out of all the series that I have. That's just my opinion. I think Your Lie in April. I think I've cried a separate time in every single volume of Your Lie in April. So that's at least 11 times. And then in the 11th volume, I cried like 11 times. Whatever, this isn't a Your Lie in April video. But I just wanted to say, I read Your Lie in April because I was sick. I might do a video on that. The reason I haven't been uploading was I was sick, and you might even hear it right now. I'm still a little bit sick. But whatever. I don't care about my health, right, guys? Okay. So, I said the third part of Haikyuu. The third part of this Haikyuu review would be about the Kurasuno team. And that's correct. Now, obviously, there's a main character, Hinata, or Hinata, whatever you want to say. Shoyo Hinata is the main character of the story. But it really feels like that the main character of the story isn't really a character, more of it's the Kurasuno team. That's the main character of the story. Because everyone is going through the same thing at the same time, at least sports-wise. Like, mental, physical, anything outside of sports, everyone part in their separate ways. Sports-wise, everyone is dealing with the same issue. Okay? Everyone's dealing with the same issue, at least when they are a team. When they're a team, everyone's dealing with the same issue. Outside of sports, someone's family could have died and he's dealing with that, or whatever. I don't care. You know? Like, obviously, everyone's dealing with different mental battles, but on the court, everyone is dealing with the same thing. Everyone's dealing with the same issue. Everyone is dealing with the same opponent. And I really just wanted to talk about the Kurasuno team and the way the characters fill the team indefinitely. And really what I wanted to talk about was the different roles that they place on the team. First, the ace, Asahi, or Asahi, whatever. I've heard different people say different names. I say Asahi. Shut the fuck up. That's how the dub says it, okay? That's how the dub says it. You know you're a true fan when you watch the dub of Haikyuu. And the reason I want to talk about Asahi was because he is the role of the ace. He's the pillar in the family. He is the pillar of the entire team. And the way they draw aces in general. What I mean by that is the way they draw the characters who are aces in general, usually, like, if you look at Hinata, Kageyama, uh, Nishinoya, Oikawa, they're very skinny and they don't have much muscle to them. You know what I mean? They're very skinny guys. But when you see someone like Asahi or Bokudo or Aizawa, is that his name? Or Ushiwaku or Ushijima. You know what I mean? Like, if you see characters like those, they're built. Like, they have this huge, they have a much bigger body than all the other characters, you know? They have broader shoulders, bigger arms, and that's done on purpose because they are the pillar. They're the backbone, basically. Everyone can lean on the pillar, can lean on the ace for him to make points. That's the reason of the ace. When the team is looking low, just set to the ace. Boom, he makes points. That's the reason the characters of the ace are drawn that way. At least that's how I depict it. Maybe there was like no thought in it put whatsoever. I just think of it that way. I just thought of it that way, but you know, whatever. It's not even my problem. So we have the ace. What about the guardian angel, Nishinoya? Now, when they mean guardian angel, that's actually like a real term in volleyball. I actually played volleyball before I read Haikyuu. A friend recommended it to me because I played volleyball. And I was like, sure, I'll, go ahead. And I loved it, obviously. Masterpiece, but, what the, sorry. I thought I saw something. I was like, what the, there a ghost in my room? Hell no. Who wants to be in them? Actually, a lot of people would like to be in manga room. At least as a ghost. So, if I was a ghost, if a ghost is right here, they can't really open books. What am I talking about? Why am I talking about ghosts? Whatever. So, the actual name Guardian Angel is like an actual thing in volleyball. Like, people will name, like the coaches will name a certain player the Guardian Angel. And that's either usually a setter, a middle blocker, or a wing spiker, or the ace. The Guardian Angel usually never goes to the libero, or libero. I call it libero because that's how the dub says it. That's how the dub says it. And it's just, it's funny because they gave Nishinoya this term, guardian angel. So what I'm trying to get here is, why would Nishinoya be the guardian angel? Well, it's really his mindset and the way he plays the game. He's a lot like, he's a very one book noted, there's a very like textbook what's it called, libero, receiver. And what I mean by that is he really has one thought going through his brain when he plays the game, and that's it for a libero. Now I point to the main middle blocker of Date Tech. He's the same thing. Usually, Date Tech doesn't really think about, funneling the ball like Tsuki did against Ushiwaka or Ushijima. But, so Date Tech's, or at least the main middle blocker, he has a very big urge on blocking. Like, he just wants to shut the player out, no matter what. Same thing with Nishinoya, but receiving. All Nishinoya wants to do is make sure the ball doesn't touch the ground. That's his entire goal throughout the entire game. Not the entire story, but the entire game that he's playing. His only goal is to not let the ball touch the ground. And that's why he's named the Guardian Angel. Because as long as that ball doesn't touch the ground, thanks to Nishinoya, then everyone is safe. Then everyone can keep playing. That's why it's called a guardian angel. This like spirit overwatching you. Because if you miss a spike, or if you miss a set or a block or whatever, or you receive badly, you always get Nishinoya, that guardian angel, a spirit watching you to save you. And I think that's just a great interpretation of the guardian angel name and the reason they gave it to Nishinoya. And Nishinoya is on the front cover. I've literally just been looking at it the entire time I've been talking. Bro, I'm so sick. This congestion shit sucks. But don't feel bad for me, because I don't feel bad for you if you were sick. Who else do I want to talk about? I want to talk about Daichi and Suga and how they're kind of the two leaders of the group. I think I talked about this in part 1. They're two leaders of the group. They're also like the mom and dad of the group. For example, the first ever match, well, that's actually a lie. The second ever match in Haikyuu, Kageyama Hinata and Tanaka versus Suki, Yamaguchi, and Daichi. That's the first ever match. Which is like, I think they should have gave him Suga because they didn't, because they had Kageyama was their setter and they just didn't have a setter. Whatever. Doesn't matter. So, what I mean by this is while Hinata and Kageyama want to train, Tanaka lets him train. And Suga just finds out about this from pure instinctive intent. Like, he just knows that they're trying to train by the way Tanaka was acting. And he's like, don't worry, I won't tell Daichi. And they're both leaders of the group. They're both leaders in their own respective right. But Suga just has a lot more of, I don't want to say intimate, a lot more of a, I guess soft or merciless way of speaking and doing things and talking and leading. And Daichi is more like, we don't really get to see mad Daichi very much, but when he's mad, he gets mad, and he can get mad. And they make a lot of jokes about it in the anime and the manga and all the other stuff. They make a lot of jokes about it. So, it really just shows the depiction between Daichi and Suga. They're both leaders in their respective right, but they both have a different way of doing things, aka the mom and the dad of the team. Which is like, great, like obviously they're not actually a mom and dad. It's a freaking analogy or an idiom or a metaphor or whatever you want to call it. A hyperbole. Not a hyperbole. It's a hyperbole. Whatever. What else do I want to talk about? That's really it. That's all I want to talk about. It's just the way the characters fit the roles of the Karasuno team and what they stand for too. Like a bunch of different teams stand for different things, Like even the smaller teams, like the I forgot Jozenji. Is that the name? The yellow team, the one with the yellow jerseys or suits or uniforms, whatever you want to call it. Those guys, like very small team, you already know what they're about based off their play style. Boom, right there. You already know what they're about based off their play style. Same thing with the team Karasuno faced in the first ever match of Nationals. You already know what they're about based off their play style. And the freaking banner at the back. Oh my god, I forgot to mention the banner. Whatever. I'm not going to mention that. There's probably a million other videos about Haikyuu that you could look up that are just better. And like a million other reviews. I doubt you should probably not be watching like 3 videos about Haikyuu. But you know, if you want to support me, you could like subscribe or whatever, like the video or some shit, or comment or some shit. You know what I mean? You know, I'm not forcing you. You know, I'm not like I'm not like forcing you. But like, hey, if you want to support me or whatever, you could do that. You know, like, hey, I'm not saying anything. You don't want. I'm not putting any words into your mouth. Okay, I'm just recommending. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm done here. All right, see you. Bye.